Have you had any lingering injuries, chronic stuff?
There's a few things, a lot of ankle pain, a lot of hot pockets.
Same with Riley.
Bro, like I have to be so careful. Like even when I land a trick, a lot of the times if I'm just like a little over, I skate goofy. So if I'm a little off to the right of my board and just get the ankle just a little too much movement like that, fuck, it hurts.
Wait, did you say hot pocket?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah.
When your toe comes up.
It's when you land in like too much compression on your ankle like that.
Right,
And
so your
then-
toe sort of
yeah,
lifts up towards your
yeah,
shin.
yeah,
Okay. And that's a hot pocket.
Yeah, it's a hot pocket.
Because it gets hot.
Yeah, no, I'm here now.
Aside from that, let's see. That knee injury that I had, it was back like over 10 years ago now. That was my most pain I've ever dealt with in skating. It wasn't even the ACL that happened close to 2 years ago now. It was this bone bruise that took so many years for the pain to go away. And it really didn't start getting better until I started working out more and stretching more. I think stretching had a lot to do with it. Yeah.
When did you get into stretching and doing things outside of skating?
So I first started doing some little workouts and stuff probably around like 19. And at that point, you know, the whole Olympic skating talk wasn't a thing yet. And I feel like there was not really any skaters that were kind of venturing off into training in that way. I don't really know what sparked me to want to do it. I think just, you know, longevity and wanting to feel as good on my board for as long as possible. And then it was a few years after that, probably around the age of like 23, where it was just like a New Year's resolution. I was like, all right, I am going to stretch every single day this year. And see,
Even if you're not skating?
Even if I'm not skating. And it turned into a morning routine where I just stretch every single morning. And I feel like it made such a big difference.
Where'd you get your stretching ideas from? Like what particular stretches do you do and who influenced that?
I remember some of them that my dad used to make me do, and when I was a kid, and I was so over it because I didn't understand it when I was that young. I mean, I'm like 7, 8 years old. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why are you having me like sit like this?
But was he doing that before skating, or just doing that in general?
He was doing it, yeah, before, after sometimes, and he would be like I would be sitting with my legs like spread up and just like try to get like the hamstrings and stuff, and he would be like behind me like pushing my back, like making sure, like kind of overdoing it.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this is so brutal. And that probably turned me off from wanting to stretch on my own for a while. And then I realized how much it would help, and it really did. It got rid of this knee pain. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously we had the ACL like a year and a half ago, but that thing healed up great. So feeling good.
What procedures did you have?
So I actually got kind of lucky because I'm not sure if you saw the fall. It was on this like big gap to rail. I was doing gap grind, slipped out, and I landed with my knee, not in a normal like twisting ACL tear kind of way. I landed like this at a really high speed, and my tibia pushed forward and pushed through my ACL.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
But I didn't know that there's like,
NBD is just all day right here.
yeah, it's kind of like a freak accident thing. Very unfortunate because I was so hyped on street skating and filming the rest of my parts at the time. But I didn't know there was like 2 parts of the ACL. It's like an X, and the front one holds most of the strength, and then the back one's smaller. But I only tore my front one, so I still had some of the original ACL in there. So I think that made me to be able to recover a little faster. And then also
did you get the one you broke repaired?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, we did a hamstring graft.
Okay, they did that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How long does that take to get back to 100%?
100%, I would say like no less than 9 months. But I was skating some flat ground around 4 to 5 months, and then I think I skated my first contest after like 7, 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a serious injury.
I was on it though. So much PT, just every.
But
every day.
you were shooting that video after Tokyo Olympics.
Yes. After Tokyo, I was already filming for a couple years before that.
That's what I thought.
But after Tokyo, I like really started going in and getting after it every day.
Did you have an immediate regret? Like, what have I done trying to do this video when I'm still trying to chase this Olympic?
As far as
I just wondered because I know you put yourself at great risk, obviously, with the video that you did.
Yeah.
Doing big gaps and rails and stuff like that. But I know that there must have been party that was like, the Olympics are coming back around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I should be in top form for that.
I wasn't really stressing on this Olympics coming up after I tore my ACL because I knew I had enough time to recover.
Okay.
And I was confident that the surgery went really well.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I would say I more had regret for before the Tokyo Olympics. I should have cut off street skating a little farther before, because it was like 2 months came around before, and it's hard to get out of that street.
But when you're saying street skating, you're talking about just being in the wild.
Yeah, and I'm talking about not just going out and having fun and
You're
skating, like dicking around at little spots. I'm talking about like going for like hard tricks and actually pushing
Big,
myself.
hard tricks.
Yeah. And it was probably like 3 months before Tokyo. I sprained my wrist really bad. I don't know if I tore the ligaments on that fall or if it happened a while ago. But it was.
Do you really need your wrist?
I mean, yeah, you need them to fall.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think of that.
It sucks, bro. Like, yeah, you don't need them that much if you're landing your tricks,
right.
But when you're skating a contest like the Olympics on that big of a course, you need to have that confidence to be able to fall the right way.
And also, if you want to throw an invert or a laybacker on the quarter pipe,
Yeah.
you have that
I'm sure
option,
he's
right?
about to.
Yeah.
Does
all I'm
that
saying.
mean you have to compensate when you fall? You'd have to put your elbow down, or just move that hand out of the way.
Yeah. suffer
You
through
just
it.
got to take it to your side
Right.
and just kind of get your body around. But yeah, in the first practice in Tokyo, I had a bad fall and re-sprained that wrist, and then it just really kind of messed up my confidence for the rest of the practice.
Would you wear a wrist guard?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of guys wear wrist guards because so many of us have wrist problems.
I was just talking to somebody about making a video for old people to skate again, like, because Tony and I are old, and I get DMs about, man, if you could do a 540 at 50, can I skate? I'm like, everybody can skate. Like, what should I do? And I'm like, you should not do kickflips. That's my first advice. Like, you should not flip your board. You should, like, go to a skate park, ride a bowl, like, get some softer wheels and find a line and carve around. And wear everything. Because when you're older, and I was like, wrist guards to me were always so uncool. And also for...
But that's like the go-to for street skaters is just a wrist guard.
Yeah, because that's the thing that they put down. And
But it is funny from our perspective.
right,
That's the last thing you would put on.
right. But think about,
Because you can't grab.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, like, when you go to fall, you end up sliding.
Yeah.
right. But I broke my wrists so many times, both of them, and now hearing myself say that, I'm like, did you wear wrist guards? No, because they were uncool. But I also went to hospital like too many times and got broken wrists because I wouldn't wear them. I should have had them on.
Yeah.
Have you actually broken your wrist?
I somehow haven't broken a wrist, and I somehow still haven't broken any bone aside from my finger.
What?
I don't know how. Well, I did have the fracture in my tibia, but it didn't fully break. It was just a fracture that went kind of around that area.
Wow.
Yeah, but torn ACL is, to me, worse than breaking a bone.
Yeah. It's crazy too. I didn't even know it tore when it happened because
You could just walk.
I couldn't walk. I was in so much pain from the fracture that happened here, and it kind of went around to the backside as like a bone bruise, and I was in so much pain for back there that I wasn't even thinking about my ACL.
Right.
Yeah, and then I got an MRI like a week later and got the bad news, and fuck, I was devastated.
I bet.
Yeah.
Devastated that you would have to have surgery, or just the extent of the injury?
That I had to have surgery. That was my first surgery ever.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
That was my first time ever even being put under.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was all that.
I mean, lucky you.
And then it was the timing that it happened with in the middle of wanting to. I had literally had like a list of maybe like 10 more tricks that I wanted to do for my part, and I wanted to get them so bad. But
do you think that helped you do those 10 tricks later when you got healed, because you had to spend all that time not being able to skate, and you were like visualizing, fantasizing about when you get back that you're going to do those?
Yeah, I mean,
like watching other people skate.
I probably haven't done any of those tricks yet because I'm waiting till I'm in that position of filming my next big part again. Because when you're like, I had been filming those parts for a couple years. It was the one that I put out with Ty, and then it was the Nike Need That part. And it's very strategic how you go about it. You don't just like go do the gnarliest tricks right away. You kind of wait till it gets down to the end of filming to do the gnarliest stuff. So then in case if you do get hurt, you at least already have most of the part done.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart.